this is Dylan from Sydney Stone. Today we're going to discuss 3 important checkpoints for ensuring proper maintenance on your paper cutter. Okay, so one of the most important things for proper maintenance is ensuring that the blade is actually sharp on the paper cutter. We've got a couple of ways we could test this. But one I'll show you right now is certainly one of the easier ones. It's not a perfect test, but it will show us something. If we put a regular sheet of 20-pound bond and slide it behind the knife of the paper cutter, in between the clamp, and then we can kind of just tear along, a sharp blade will actually cut the paper. A dull blade will have more of a pull, and that will rip it in a different pattern. So that's one good test. The second way to know certainly that the knife needs sharpening is if you see streaks or chips in your face of your paper as you make a cut. If that's the case, then we have a chip in the blade. We need to replace that and have it sharpened down. A third important way, which is probably the most valuable in ensuring that the knife is sharp, is to make a proper cut on an inch or 2 of paper, and then we can see if the top sheet is matching the length of the bottom sheet. If we put the clamping pressure at about a medium pressure, we can make a cut, and if the top sheet matches the length of the bottom sheet and everything is smooth, then we're probably okay. However, if the top sheet and the bottom sheet are different lengths, then it may be that the knife is dull, and when the knife is dull, it will deflect away from the lower sheets of paper. Another important check to ensure we have proper maintenance of our paper cutter is ensuring we have proper lubrication on what we call the gib plates. This is an important wear point on every paper cutter. You see here, if I touch the gib plate, that I have just a small sheen on my finger, and that's the lubrication we need. If when you touch that gib plate you have no sheen and it's completely dull, then we need to lubricate that point. If it's got lots of grease on it, then we need to clean that off, as that grease may transfer to your paper. Okay, for those of you with a hydraulic paper cutter, like the EBA 551 or the 5560 or Triumph 5550 or 5551s, an important thing to also check is the hydraulic fluid level. We do that, we use a 7mm socket set, and we take our front cover off, and then we have an orange dipstick, or an orange cap dipstick, on the top of the motor. And we'll show you here what to look for. We have here the dipstick from the paper cutter, and what we want is the oil level to be about 3/4 of the way between the minimum and the maximum. There is some oil in the hydraulic lines of the cutter, so we don't need it up above max, but 3/4 of the way is ideal. Okay, we have just reviewed 3 very important maintenance checkpoints for a paper cutter. The first one being making sure that we always operate with a sharp knife. The second one being that the gib plates are lubricated. And the third one being, on a hydraulic paper cutter, making sure that we have enough oil in the tank. If you have any questions or need help with these items, feel free to contact our service department any time of the day. We're always here to help.